Good evening, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. This is Rich again, back for your evening update for July 26, 2014, Saturday night around 7:50 in Billerica, Massachusetts. The sun is going down around 8:10 tonight. The days are getting a little shorter and shorter, and the nights are getting a little longer and longer. Beginning next month, we're going to be hearing the crickets around this time. That's a sure sign that the seasons are changing a little bit. Some news to report: the NBA is considering taking the All-Star break, a week-long break, beginning probably around 2016-2017 season when a new television deal is struck. This might be a great idea for the NBA to do, but they would have to, probably compact the schedule, maybe have teams play maybe 5 games in 7 days, 5 games a week for a couple of weeks. We'll see about that. And on to my last subject of the night, the personality profile. This personality profile is Red Sox radio announcer Joe Castiglione. Joe Castiglione has been calling Red Sox games on the radio for 32 years, which is a record for a Red Sox announcer. He shares the record with Ned Martin. Joe Castiglione was born in Hamden, Connecticut, and he grew up a big New York Yankees fan and a big Pittsburgh Pirates fan. He went to college at Colgate University, and he called football games and baseball games on the Colgate radio network, and he graduated from there with a bachelor's degree in liberal arts. Then he went for his master's degree at the famous Syracuse University School of Broadcasting. And while at Syracuse, he worked at a television station in Syracuse, doing various amounts of jobs. Joe's first television gig was in Youngstown, Ohio, for a TV station, and he was a sportscaster, and he also called local football games for $15 a game. His first major broadcasting job was in 1979 on WKYZ TV, and he was a sports reporter. He also called Cleveland Cavaliers basketball games and Cleveland Indians baseball games for the television station. He also called select Brewers games on cable TV in 1981 as well. In 1983, Joe landed in Boston as the voice of the Red Sox with Ken Coleman. He worked for Ken Coleman for 7 years. And in 1986, Game 6 of the 1986 World Series, Joe Castiglione was in the Red Sox clubhouse hoping for the Red Sox clinching their first World Series title since 1918. He did not call the infamous Bill Buckner between the legs baseball because he was in the Red Sox clubhouse. Ken Coleman called that. And in 1990, Joe Castiglione was promoted to the top play-by-play announcer on the radio for the Red Sox, and his partner for 3 years was Bob Starr. Then for 13 years, his partner was Jerry Trupiano. In 2007, Dave O'Brien became Joe's new partner on the radio, and from time to time, because Dave O'Brien works for ESPN, Joe Castiglione has substitute broadcast partners like Gang Gaffner for 1 year. He also had Dale Arnold, John Risch, and Sean Grande. And Joe sometimes has taken second jobs during the off season for the Reds when there's no Red Sox games. He called college basketball games on NESN for a few years back in the 80s. He's a lecturer at Northeastern University in Boston for the communication studies for broadcasting, and one of his students back in the late 80s was current Red Sox announcer Don Orsillo. He also taught at Franklin Pierce College University in New Hampshire for broadcasting journalism as well. And he has written 2 books about his time with the Boston Red Sox in 2004, about broadcast rights and sites, and in 2012 he wrote a book about his 30-year years with the Boston Red Sox. Can you believe that? He has called 3 World Series championships with the Boston Red Sox, and his famous quote, "Can you believe that?" And Joe Castiglione still going strong at the age of 67. He's probably going to be around for many more years. Joe Castiglione is probably going to make the Massachusetts Broadcasting Hall of Fame in a few years, and he should be a candidate to win the Ford Frick Award for Broadcasting Excellence for the Hall of Fame in a few years. I hope he does, because he's one of the best Red Sox announcers of all time. We've had a lot of great announcers in Boston sports history, and Joe ranks up there with one of the, probably in the top 10 of all time. And I'll be telling you more about more great announcers in the coming weeks, months, and years for these video blogs. And that's about it for tonight. I will be back tomorrow for at least 3 to 6 more video blogs. Won't tell you about the subjects tomorrow because there'll be surprises. And also, if you want a shout out, just private message me and I'll shout out anything you want. And if it's a topic that you want me to a suggestion or a topic, I'm open to that, unless if it's sex, religion, politics, or Obama. Okay? I will be back tomorrow. Good night, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. Good night, everybody.